So this broke today. NFL rumors: Brandon Aiyuk requests a trade from the wide receiver from the 49ers as he seeks a new contract. So this has been basically an offseason story since the offseason, basically. And it didn't really reach any sort of meaningful point until today, where the news comes out that Brandon Aiyuk requests a trade. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is not because I don't necessarily talk about this sort of thing. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. The requested a trade, big whoop. But in this case, this is a big whoop in so much as obviously Brandon Aiyuk, 49ers in the NFC. And look, I think the Lions, they are a team that is primed to go to the Super Bowl next year, which is crazy to say, but it is. It's just reality. And I will take any chance and any opportunity to see a fellow NFC Super Bowl contender like the 49ers get worse. If they lose Brandon Aiyuk, they will factually be worse. It's not that they will be bad. It's not that they will not still be a competitor for the Super Bowl. The fact will be, though, they will lose their best wide receiver, not named Deebo Samuel, who is honestly more of a utility running back, trick play, wide out. Deebo Samuel does a little bit of everything for them. Brandon Aiyuk is their best true receiver. Totally a receiver. And look, I kind of was joking a little bit with Seth. I was like, oh, you are Brandon Aiyuk, you are a Detroit Lion. Make the call. I'm not saying you got to do anything. Would he fit in? I don't know. I'm not saying you have to do this. If they don't call, no, I don't care. That's fine. We're good. We have a lot of weapons in this offense. We don't necessarily need to add Aiyuk. However, it would be intriguing, right? It would be very intriguing because I guess my fear is another team in the NFC goes after him. Maybe the Packers. They try to put together a package. Maybe even in the AFC. Maybe the Chiefs. I mean, because right now the Chiefs, they just won a Super Bowl. They just beat Brandon Aiyuk. And they're looking for wide receiver help because they don't know if Rashee Rice, I don't know what his situation is, how long he is going to be suspended, if at all, or any of that. Maybe they make the call. I don't know. You even have Philly, which already has, Super Bowl aspirations, and they probably want to make a splash. I don't know why. For some reason, Brandon Aiyuk kind of feels like it would make sense in Philly. I don't know. Now, ultimately, the reality is, and this might be just kind of me being boring, but reality is often much less interesting than any fantasy we could imagine for ourselves, at least in the sports world. He's probably just going to end up going back. He's probably, this is a little bit of a negotiating ploy. I want out. I don't want to be here. Trade me. San Francisco apparently has expressed no interest in trading him, so they're not taking calls. So if you call them and like, "Hey, Brandon Aiyuk," and they're like, "Oh yeah, let me go get him for you," and then you just hear, "Hello, San Fran, hello." Yeah, basically that's what you hear. You just hear dial tone because they're probably not going to end up moving him. He's probably going to end up signing or getting tagged or whatever. I would be shocked. Okay, I'd be shocked if he is on another team. However, if he's going to be on another team, I'd like it. I wouldn't mind it if the Lions made that call. I wouldn't mind it. I'm not saying they got to make the call. I do think J-Mo will have a breakout year similar to the kind of year that Brandon Aiyuk just had this past year. Obviously, St. Brown is one of, if not the best wide receiver in football right now, outside of maybe your Justin Jeffersons of the world. The point is, it's Brandon Aiyuk, right? He's still a stud. And if you add him to your offense, assuming he's going to be a grinder, assuming he's going to buy into the culture and be that guy, I don't see why you wouldn't, you're telling me and this is no disrespect, you're telling me you'd rather have Khalif Raymond in there other than instead of Brandon Aiyuk. I like Khalif Raymond. I think he's been a great player for us. But look, like as far as depth goes, if you could have a starting wide receiver room of St. Brown, Aiyuk, J-Mo, and then Khalif coming in backup and in those trick play roles and returning kicks and all that. Like, I'm not saying you got to do it, but it would be intriguing. It would be intriguing if they did. If rumors came out that the Lions inquired about it. There's already been rumors that the Patriots inquired about him, which makes a lot of sense because they're in need of a star receiver for the rookie quarterback Drake May. Right? And then who they drafted? I don't even remember. It was why am I blanking? Hold on. Drake May was drafted by the Patriots, right? Am I losing my mind? Drake May. Yes. Okay. Okay. I had a moment there where I don't know why the Patriots quarterback just completely left my brain. And maybe that's just because Tom Brady was there for so long and then it was Mac Jones and things. But look, all I'm saying is Brandon Aiyuk is available, or at least he wants to be available. I don't think he actually will be. Put a little bit of pressure on San Fran. One way or the other, even if it means that they have to give in to his demands and put up a bunch of money that they don't want to do, that's fine, right? Like, I mean, they keep him. That's not, you don't feel great about that. But on the other hand, it's like, well, they just did something they don't feel comfortable to do because you put the pressure on them, right? It's the same. It's the reason why when we signed Jared Goff and when we signed St. Brown, it's like the rest of the teams in the league are like, oh man, they got ahead of us, and now we got to pay our guy more than their guy. And that's where a shrewd GM, where it's the moves that you don't really see. It's that kind of stuff. That's where, you can really get ahead of other teams. So, yeah. Brandon Aiyuk, I doubt he'll move, but wouldn't mind if the Lions made that call. Hi, it's me again. If you enjoyed what you just saw, hit the like and subscribe button. We do live shows every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there.